Namaste, this is Mahesh here. Today let's talk about tamarind. It's a very common item which is used as a sour for sambar and many other things. Let's take a view. What does the Ayurveda tells about? So according to nutrition science, the tamarind has vitamins B1, B2, B3, and it has some amount of vitamin C, and it has minerals like potassium, iron, magnesium, calcium, and copper. It has some dietary fiber. Um, so let's talk about what does Ayurveda tells us about. Okay, so they so Ayurveda also tells like when to consume and what kind, which stage, what is the qualities. So let's talk about young tamarind. Young tamarind is atyamla. Atyamla means extremely sour, and it causes blood disorders like skin diseases, etc. So anything sore, basically, when you have eczema or any skin diseases, when you go to Vaidya, they tell to avoid sour items. So because it is extremely sour, so you should avoid it in skin disorders. It causes skin disorders, and it also causes bleeding disorders, meaning like or nasal bleeding, or if you have too much of bleeding during periods, all these things. It increases pitta and kapha. I would say like you take once in a while just for the taste, young tamarind, but don't never ever take it regularly. Okay. Then semi-ripe tamarind. This is grahi. Grahi meaning like it will be helpful in absorption of the food, but if you have if you are having starting of constipation, it will cause constipation. Okay, and it is useful in diarrhea because it is grahi, meaning it stops. So if you have loose motions, yeah, this is semi-ripe tamarind, you can take it. And it improves its digestion strength, because it is grahi, the absorption strength would be more, and it is improves the taste. Like if you have any food, uh, if you take together with this tamarind or without tamarind, then you taste more better when you taste with tamarind. And it is kapha vata hara, meaning it reduces kapha and vata. And let's talk about the ripe ripe tamarind. So ripe tamarind is, it has a sweet and sour taste, and it is Sara Bhedi, meaning it relieves constipation. And when you have diarrhea, you need to avoid. So all these things, you need to understand. Um, Ruksha means it causes dryness. So whenever you are using the ripe tamarind, you include some desi bilana ghee, or some cold press oil like sesame oil or anything. It agnikrit, I mean, it improves the digestion. Okay, so if you are obese, this is the way to go, but make sure that your body is not hot type, or you know, hot type. Yeah. um, so generally sour reduces vata, so this is good. Ripe tamarind, take it. And it is useful in cleansing urinary bladder, meaning like if you have any prostate issues, or if you have any cyst, PCOD, all these things, you can include little bit more of this tamarind, ripe tamarind, and it balances kapha and vata dosha. So it is useful in neurological disorders, but not as much as the like urad dal or something. But it is useful. It is useful in vata disorders because it's of sour taste, and it reduces kapha also. And now ripened and dried tamarind, it is very easy to digest. It's good for the heart. I would say include ripened and dried in any of the heart issue. If you have, include it in your diet. So include the tamarind in your diet. Uh, it is kaphagna, means it reduces kapha. It is useful in trishna, klama, and shrama. Meaning if you have excess thirst, include it. Include the ripe tamarind, ripe and dried, or ripe tamarind also you can use. Tiredness, if you have too much of tiredness, but still um, you are obese and you are tired, so this is the way, this is the food you need to go. And you have fatigue. If you have fatigue, tamarind is very good. And I now who should consume it more? So obese people, one who doesn't get good hunger, and one who get excess thirst and who gets fatigue and tiredness should consume the more tamarind. And who should avoid the tamarind? So as I said, you should always only eat ripe tamarind. When I say tamarind, from now on it is ripe tamarind. Okay. One who has acidity, avoid it. Okay. And if you get frequent mouth ulcer or burning sensation, avoid it. If you have ulcer or you are hungry always, avoid it. Um, and include ripe tamarind at least once a week or twice a week in your diet. It is good for the heart and it is cleanses urinary bladder. And some precaution like tamarind, all the forms of tamarind is hot, use it wisely. Avoid in summer. I will give you some alternate in summer, like you can use kokum in summer, and in wind and dry season try to avoid the tamarind. So another tip is like the 1 year old tamarind is best. It balances kapha and vata, so use 1 year old tamarind. New tamarind, yeah, it is same, it will have same as ripe tamarind, but 1 year old, meaning ripe and dried, I think it can be considered as ripened and dried. 1 year old tamarind, see, usually tamarind has tartaric acid, so it will not get I mean, it will not be spoiled. So use 1 year old tamarind, it will be very good for the health. Okay. And best to use in winter and rainy season. Thank you for watching. My goal is to give as much as information in a very less time, because people have very less time nowadays, and also give a authentic Ayurvedic information. So I will take off now. Jai Dhanvantari. Thank you for watching.